making these caskets real pretty. They making these coffins real desirable to look at, man. They sending them out to get painted. They sending them out to get wrapped, to the point where people are saying, I want my coffin to look just like that when I pass away. I want y'all to put the hood on mine, and when you open it up, I want my picture and all that in the inside of my coffin. Can you do that? Can you put the hood on it, paint it the hood colors? So everybody can say, man, that was a dope funeral. When have it ever came to a point where you rushing and you thinking about your coffin? Nobody is thinking about graduating college no more. Nobody is thinking about getting a raise at their job. Before you even get a raise, nobody is thinking about even getting a job no more. Nobody want to work no more. Nobody want to do nothing constructive to rise to the next level. Any of that. Everybody is rushing to an early grave. They promoting it like it ain't nothing. I'm going to talk about this topic. I'm going to keep talking about it because right now it means something to me. Yeah, I just went to a funeral last Friday. It means something to me to talk about this right now. So we going to talk about this right now. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on around you. They got Tommy the Clown dancers now, crip walking. They got everybody sea walking, trying to learn how to sea walk. That's a gang-related dance. That's a gang-bangers dance. And they got kids doing it. Y'all seen the Kendrick Lamar pop-out show with the little boy that was on there sea walking or trying to imitate what he thought was cool? Kendrick Lamar didn't stop that and say, hold up, stop the show. Hey, young man, that ain't what you wanna be doing. Because it turns into a habit. That young boy will grow up and continue to do that same crip walking dance. Before you know it, he be throwing up a seesaw. That's the part that we didn't look at because we were so caught up in the beef. That's what we thrive off of, is beef. That would have been a better moment than the whole Drake diss. Just stopping that little kid that was on there crip walking or trying to crip walk. Probably could have saved his life. Because 9 times out of 10, when you grow up seeing that, you're growing up doing that, especially at that age, that's where it starts at. It all started with me looking out the window, seeing my uncle out there. It all started with me seeing my cousin and his homeboys when they was out there serving dope. That's where it starts at. It started when I seen my daddy in the lowrider with another woman other than my mother. That's where it starts at, these bad habits and bad behaviors that we are taught in our community. We gotta think, man. We gotta use our head. When we was younger, we was taught to pick up a stick and crack somebody. But did your mother, your father, your grandfather, your big brother, your uncle, did they tell y'all, man, that dude, mama, that dude, uncle, everybody has psychological problems in their family? Did they tell y'all that this dude didn't grow up without his father? Did they tell you that this dude or this girl, her mother and her parents was deceased before she was even born? Her grandma tried to do her best to raise her, but the streets got her. Her grandma was too old. She couldn't watch her like she wanted to. So she ended up in the strip club. Then she ended up on Figure War. Then she ended up on the Blade. Did they tell you that this dude, daddy right here, was absent? So his son started going to detention at school, writing standards. Then he ended up in juvenile hall. Then he went to the prison. They don't teach us how to use our mind, use our head, think our way out of situations other than picking up a weapon and hurt somebody. Because picking up that stick and cracking somebody, because that's how I was taught, could lead you in a situation that you don't want to be in. You can hit that person the wrong way. That person will never wake up again. And you're done. So teach y'all kids, homie. Teach y'all kids like that little kid that was at the concert dancing. Teach y'all kids that's not cool. That's a gang banger dance. That's stuff that gang bangers do. That's how they celebrate. When you go to a gang banging party and they got the music playing, they smoking, they drinking, they doing them dances and they throwing their hoods up, that's a gang banger dance. Don't teach your son to celebrate that way. Don't teach your daughter to celebrate that way. Teach your kids to celebrate when they cross that stage with their diploma and they throw that diploma up in the air and they throw their hats up in the air. Teach them how to celebrate realness. See, it's a difference from a content creator and a true creator, a real creator. A content creator gonna look on the internet and find what's glamorized, what's going on, what's the topic, and he's gonna do his reaction with his opinion to it. A real creator, a true creator, is going to give you real life. Real life that can save a life. I don't know why I get on here and talk the way I talk, but I feel like it's my duty to do it. Because I have a son. I always preach that to y'all. You have a son. You have a daughter. You have an obligation. You have a job to do. If you could save one life by getting on here, you did God's work. You did your job. You did the job that you were supposed to do, man. You saved a life. Like I say, I got enough influence where I could talk somebody into doing something crazy. I could go find somebody right now and say, I got a lick right now, homie. Oh, I know where they at right now. Come on, get in the car. Because if you're an older dude, they don't want to listen to no older dude telling them go put in work. They respect it when they see the older dude get in the car with them and go mash with them. It's stupidity, but that's what they respect. But I refuse to be that older cat. I refuse to be that older dude. When I see the Geechee Gottis in my neighborhood, I make it my duty to pull up on them and walk up to them and say, hey, homie, man, you got a promising career, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bigger than you. Ain't no big me. Ain't no little you, but you got a promising career. You need to be focused on your battle raps, man. Because if you make it, we can all make it. If I make it, we can all make it. We can go to the next level. But we ain't gonna go to the next level standing right here. Anything could happen. Police could come through here. We might have a weapon on us. Gotta throw the weapon. The police could see us throwing the weapon and gun us down. We might not get away. We might be going to jail. Go spend 5 years in jail, your whole career is over because somebody gonna take your place, man. But back to the beginning of the story, man. We gotta teach and preach to them young ones. We gotta save them young ones so they don't be out there doing that gangster dance, growing up, throwing up that beat, throwing up that C, throwing up that P. That's what we gotta do as older dudes, man. We can't be the older dude that's in the way. We can't be the older dude that's playing. We did our job already. When you get a certain age, an OG, a G job is to teach his young homies how to go the right way, homie, because you older than them. You done been to where they going. Especially if you got a homie that ain't never been to jail, ain't never been to prison, ain't never been to juvenile hall. You can save him and stop. Hey, listen, bro, I ain't gonna tell you too many times. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but if you listen to me, I done been where you going. I didn't master what you trying to achieve. You still putting in work. You still trying to lay something down. I did that already. I done went to jail. They done took a whole lot of years of my life from the same thing you trying to achieve. The next thing after that is the cemetery. It's the cemetery, man. You don't go no higher. I don't know why y'all think, oh, if you just seen your homie get gunned down, why do you think you exempt from the same program? You not exempt, your time just ain't came yet. We all gotta go, but I'm a firm believer that you could slow it down. You ain't gotta rush to the graveyard. You ain't gotta rush to the cemetery. All you gotta do is use your head. You ain't gotta be at every function, every event. Miss some. That's how I've been out of jail for 10 years now. Because I don't go around everybody. I don't go around every event. I don't go around every occasion because it's a party. I don't go places because hood rats get in my DM and say, man, act like they want to talk to me and meet up. They don't want to meet up with me. They don't want to talk up with me. They talk to me. They think I got something bigger than what it is, or they trying to set me up. Once they find out you ain't got what they think you got, you out of here. They going on to the next victim. And a lot of dudes that went into them females' house and didn't make it back out of there. So I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of you old dudes, man, your job is to help them youngsters, man. Your job is to help and raise your kids first and foremost. Because when other people see your kids conducting themselves accordingly, they gonna want their kids to hang around your kids. But if your kid is in here breaking in houses, doing all the bad stuff, ain't nobody gonna want their kids hanging around your kids. Your kid gonna become the poison. See, a lot of dudes that came up in these neighborhoods, but a lot of these old dudes is poison. They taught us the wrong thing. And it's some that taught us the right thing. I done had older homies that told me, hey man, I like you going, man, I like to see when you go to work, man. I like how you pulling up in nice cars, man, from going to work. They like that. You got the good and the bad. So my job is to get on here. If I'm gonna get on this internet, like I said, I could do all the negativity. I could do all the going back and forth for dudes all day, but that's a content creator. That's when you got the content creator. But when you're a real creator and you're a true creator, your job is to break down realism. So if you're gonna be on here, you might as well contribute something good to the cause, because after it's said and done, and as long as these videos stay up, man, somebody might stumble across it. Somebody might stumble across your message. But if you putting out negative BS out there all day, they gonna pass by. Your message only gonna last for today. You don't have a message that's going to last forever. You got a today message and it's gone tomorrow. Nobody want to hear you talking about this dude all day. That message will not last 5 years from now. It won't mean nothing. But if you putting out some good energy, some good positive stuff, something that's real, being a real creator, being a true creator, that will last forever. Before I go, I'm going to leave this message with y'all, man. Like I said, I caught a flat tire on my way to do this message. I was supposed to did something else, man, that was way more important than this. Well, at least to me, it's not important, but it was important. It had something to do with my money, man. And I threw that off to come talk to y'all. So before I leave here, man, go in your room, go in your kids' room and talk to your kids and you tell them, man, I want you to be better than me. I don't want you to sit here and visualize a wrapped casket and a painted casket. Nah. I want you to think about graduating school, man, and get you a job, man. It's hard out here. It's hard out here right now for everybody. And if you want to make it and you don't want to go through the struggles, you're going to have to learn, you're going to have to be patient in life, and you're going to have to stay focused on what you focused on. Don't go out bad, man. Don't go out sad. Because I just left the funeral last Friday, and I got to go to another funeral that's coming up. And these losses that I'm taking, man, they hurt. Because these is people I love. These is people I consider friends. These is people I consider family. But we don't know when God gonna call us home, man. And we gotta take every lesson as a history lesson. When something happened, you can't look at it as a bad thing all the time. You gotta look at it and say, you know what? This is a lesson. God is trying to tell me something. God is trying to tell the people around me something. You got to understand and pay attention and know when God is talking to you. He's not going to come and talk to you visually. That's what you got to mind for. You got to pay attention. Pay attention, man. It's Captain Rick Rock, Captain Rick Rock TV. Go on to the next one.